Ripple and XRP were meant to separate. Even though the SEC did everything they could, nothing changed. This was written about really well in Cointelegraph today, which showed that, Ripple and the SEC, the court case is over, the appeal has been dropped, and now there is clarity. XRP has clarity that no other cryptocurrency in the world has, and the business world is aware of this, and the next move will not be soft. Insider just said out loud the quiet part, they don't dislike XRP for what it is, they're scared of what it's turning into. We'll also talk about that on Packet, where it's not just Bitcoin and Ethereum. People who are usually our enemies and peers are moving on to other groups. There is a hate parade going on right now. Flare is now taking big steps. Developers, builders, and teachers are all getting new funds from the community. We have some exciting news. And now a second publicly traded business is joining it. This gives XRP new ways to earn, lend, and move at a large scale. Flare is making a lot of noise here, and if we look back a year, the market prices are already hard to recognize. A lot of people are upset. They might not have been around. They look at something I don't know. We're in a great spot for the next part of this growth cycle, though, since we're in this stage area. We're going to look at it and show you these facts. There's now a bigger change. Leaders in the field say that we are only one cycle away from real mass usage. Hope, it's what brings the first wave, and that's what we've seen. This utility wave, on the other hand, will take us to full acceptance, which is a world that is very different from what we're used to. September bad luck. The way this cycle looks is a little off from usual. Helps with liquidity. It looks like September will be a major event. We're going to look at it. All of this stuff, Washington's back, bills, etc. Let's talk about this. Ripple versus SEC is the first case we look at. This is the action that made XRP stronger. It's true, it passed the most important test. It was under attack by its biggest enemy, the US government, and was taken off of US markets with the SEC in full force. They were unable to stop this blockchain. It kept its value at that time, and it was always in the top 10 cryptocurrencies. Even though you couldn't buy it on Coinbase or Kraken, it still did a lot of business, beating out Litecoin and all the other useless coins out there. It was still strong. This crypto object can't be stopped by any land. They tried to hurt XRP, but all they did was make it stronger. From now on, nothing will stop us. They've been pushed to the side for almost 5 years. SEC. Appeals were dropped. Clarity gained. XRP is back on platforms and is no longer considered a security by the law. Now, we're going to get more rules that will let other people do that too, but that's the only one right now. Since the judge said it was a good, there's nothing else like it. It's not a safety. Ripple, they'll pay their money no matter what. Now, though, they can grow at full speed. They paid the fines. RLUSD is going crazy. International growth, XRP growth. You have a group that has been through and seen it all, so they are tough. We're not scared of anything. It's really strange how that turned out badly for them. I really like what Nick from Encash said today. Everyone in the business world hates XRP because they're afraid of what it could become, he said. And it's not just Bitcoin and Ethereum maximalists who are doing it. We're now seeing people from Link, LTC, stablecoins, and digital banks who don't like us. They do all of this because they can read the writing on the wall. What's going on? What does Ripple do? What is this blockchain used for? It's partly fear and partly jealousy. That is all there is to it. And it will keep getting bigger. People are talking about you, which means you are ahead of everyone else and winning. What Nick says is also true. The Flare, they give out funds to help people in need. I was so glad to see this. The Flare group does a great job. Make sure you follow them to stay up to date on everything like Flare News and Sombra News. But Crypto Siege is the best out there. I talked to some DeFi guys who want to bring DeFi, maybe the XRP system, and I told them they needed to talk to Crypto Siege. This is something he knows about. Also, both Crypto Siege and the Flare community got community grants because they teach here and make material for the Flare ecosystem. They both deserve praise, as do all the other people who get funds. Flare gets its second public company here, and both will use XRPFI and their own bank. This company is Everything Block Incorporated. They have, and they're either going to join Vivo Power or hold on to their XRP while using FXRP to make money off of it. Can you tell me how big Everything Block Incorporated is? Most likely not, but this is how it happens. When they see that it works, the big companies will take a look and say, hey, this smaller publicly traded company has XRP on their balance sheet. They're getting yield from it. We also want some of that. This is big. This is how it starts. From here, start rolling. XRP, FXRP, and DEFI growth. They can do many things with this, and it's great to see this grow. Now, check your point of view. A lot of people are crazy. On September 1st, 2017, Bitcoin was worth $57,000. Ethereum was worth $2,400, and Solana was worth $128. And it was 54 cents for XRP. Now that we're at $2.78, people want to jump off of rooftops. This is how crypto works if you haven't used it before. After a period of growth, trade stays the same for a while, it goes down a bit. We really couldn't ask for a better spot here. We'll be well over $2 when this space finally takes off for the next part of the journey. It was only 54 cents a year ago. Understand where we're going and keep things in perspective. And I'm sure this market will do well. I think it looks great. They just came out with a report. In reality, crypto is only one cycle away from having 5 billion people. Leaders in the industry think that the next bull cycle will bring the number of crypto users from 659 million now to 5 billion. That's like a place where everyone has a cell phone. That won't be like today at all. That's full and widespread acceptance. Again, it's crazy to think that we're only one growth cycle away. I didn't think we'd be that close. That's what they say, though. Look at how this place has grown over time. We are getting very, very, very close. That will be a fun time. September is usually not a good month. The September effect is the name for it. September is usually not a good month for Bitcoin, Ethereum, and XRP. But look at what's going on now. We can see that rates have gone down. There will be less strict rules about money because of these two things alone. There is a 95% chance that the ETF applications we have in October will be turned down.